Okay, brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. Today at Unity Adventures, I'm going to make a light switch on and light switch off by on-click, on-press, on whatever you want it to do. Yes, pretty much. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is empty an open program. You see here, I've got a room and I've got that. Let's get rid of these. I deleted them earlier. What's going on? Silly thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a background on just because I can. It looks pretty. Let's use one of my black backgrounds. This is the one. Yes, let's stick this on. It looks pretty, and we got lights already here. Okay, the objective of this is to make a light switch on and a light switch off on click. If you haven't got a light, it doesn't matter. We can make a light. Just you don't even need anything, to be honest. This is just an image. Exactly, just an image. So what I'm going to be doing now is the first thing I want to do is put a collider on there. But that itself won't work because I'm in 2D and 2D lighting is terrible. Well, I say terrible, I'm not sure it exists. So we want to get a universal render pipeline. If you don't know how to do that, I'll show you. First thing you want to do is go into your packet manager, like so. And then you make sure you're on Unity registry. Then you go down to Universal Pipeline and then you press install. And then once you installed that, we're going to back out to your this folder. You press open on this arrow, and then the next one is you go to rendering, render universal, and then you click on 2D render. Okay, so there's our render. We need that. We need to put it in something. At the moment, we haven't got anything. So, same again. Go back in there, and then you press the same things, and then you press forward render. So once we've got this one going, we'll have two programs or two assets. Sorry. So then, and then up here you got this one here, render pipeline. So we're going to grab this, we're going to drag it, and we're going to drop it on there, like so. And then we're going to go into project settings. And then you go into graphics. And once you're in graphics, we need to put a scriptable render pipeline. So then we go into here, and we click that, or you can drag and drop it onto there. And as soon as you do that, okay, next is we go into render pipeline in edit. And then you go to Universal Render Pipeline, then you got 2D Renderer, and then you press Upgrade Scene. And that'll get all the items on the scene, and then it'll make them dark. Because there's no lighting, we need to put light in. So the first one we're going to put in is we're going to press Light, 2D, and then Global. Okay, so the global is, for instance, your sun. There we go, it's like a sun. Yeah, you can turn it down, you can turn it up. Let's turn it down. Let's give it a bit of a mist dawn feel. Of course, you can put many lights in here. Next one is normal light. So we're going to use a point light. Don't use your normal lights on these here because those lights are only for 3D really, and you don't want to waste RAM processing stuff that you can't see anyway. So you just want to use a point light here. As you see, it's lit up already. You can make it as big as you want, like so. And let's just move it. I'll use this to the light that we want it on, which is there or thereabout. Yeah, it's a little bit too big. You got intensity here. Turn it down, turn it up, like so. Yeah, so you switch it on, switch it off, switch it on, switch it off. Now we just need to make a switch. So to make a switch, script, new script, and just call it a switch. Whatever makes you happy. Open the switch. So slow. Okay. Open the switch. Let's have a look what we got here. Okay, so first thing you want to do with a switch, you want to make a toggle or a switch. So we need to make a bool. Every time you use a switch or a toggle, you need to make sure you use a bool. So you put bool. and you can make it public, you may private, it don't make a difference unless you want to get access from elsewhere. I won't make it public. Okay, so put bool, and then you put whatever you want it to be. So you put lamp switch. Done. So yeah, I'm just going to make that a quick private, just because I can. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put GameObject. I'm going to just put it underscore GameObject. Okay, that didn't bloody work, did it? Okay, there we go. So now we got that. The next thing we want to do is we want to have a switch, so we can use that private bool toggle. And to do that, we need to start off by typing void OnMouseDown. OnMouseDown. There we go. And then we're going to use the lightToggle, which is a lamp switch. So lamp switch equals not lamp switch. That's that. Basically saying this is lamp switch, no it ain't. Yes it is, no it ain't. Yeah it is, no it ain't. So it's a decision, and that decision causes a toggle, and that's why we're using it at the moment. So we're going to put if, and then we'll put curly brackets, and then put lamp switch, like so, and then we're going to put our function there, and then we're going to have an else, and then we're going to put another function. But before we do that, we need to create the functions. So we're going to start with the function void, say on light. You can make whatever you like. How about turn on light? Turn on light, and that's what makes it a function. And then we're going to have what we want it to do, and then we're going to have another one here, void turn off light. There we go. I always put these in. Just remember that, like so. Okay, so we've got two functions, and let's put that there. Close that off, so it's all nice and tidy. Turn light on or off, it doesn't really matter yet. And then that's that done. What happens if that don't go on? We put an else. So if it doesn't meet that, then it's going to print this out. So what we want to print here is the opposite to on, mean off. So we put turn on light. I'll break it down in a sec. My bad. There we go. So if that don't work, then we're going to be running that. And a little thing that I like doing, just putting them back in its place. Normally it makes it more tidy. Okay, so there we go. So that'll tell you what to do. So lamp switch equals not lamp switch. So if that doesn't equal that, it's going to hit that. If it does equal it, it's going to hit that, and then it'll repeat because we're going to have an OnMouseDown switch, which is there, and it'll keep toggling between them because it's only an on mouse, it's not a drag. If you did drag it, you go, it'll keep switching between them and it won't stop toggling. So now we need to initiate what we want it to do. So it's the game object I'm going to use. I'm going to use a game object, which is going to be the light itself, but rather than using a light, I'm going to use the object, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So we put game object dot set active, and then we're going to put true. So that will turn the light on. This one here, I'm going to do exactly the same. Obviously, you know what's going to be coming. Set active to false, like so. You save it. It does look messy at the moment, to be honest. You could delete all that. I'm not really bothered, to be fair. And then here is our light, and we need to make sure we put a collider on it, otherwise it won't pick anything up. So you put a collider. You can put a circle collider if you like. Ignore my dog. Oh shit. And then just check where that collider is. Sometimes it doesn't like to be there. Let's just make a big collider so I don't miss it. Press play. Let's have a look what we got. And nothing happens. Yes. It's important that you find out what is wrong. I already know what's wrong at the moment. So like I said earlier, is create a game object. This game object here is not what it's going to be referenced to. This is going to be the parent. We're going to make that the child. So there, that is a child, and that's the parent. We can rename that if you want, F2. Normally you press F2. Sometimes this has a bug, and it's got a bug already. To sort this bug out, you just go off and go back on, and then you can edit. But I can't do it at the moment, so it is what it is. So now that will switch on, and it'll switch off, because that is the parent. But what you must remember, this here does need to go into that one there. So let's remove that. Let's just zero these. I can't even zero them. This game does not like me. This game does not like me. Okay. Never mind that. Okay. Circle collider, box collider. I ain't bothered. Actually, slightly bothered. There we go. Collider. Bring it down. There's other ways to bring it down. Out of that. There's stuff here. There we go. And then we press play. I notice I haven't put a trigger on it. It should be alright still. Okay, so that's the baby of it. And it'll switch it on as soon as it switches that on. And now, what's it missing, guys? Okay, I'll tell you what it's missing. That script. So easy to miss small little details. I know that's not a small detail because it's quite big, but it's easy to miss. If you see here, object is not referenced as an instance of an object, and there we know again. I'm not saying I did this on purpose because I did, but I didn't. But if you go in here, you got private bool, and then you got the game object. That game object there, if you here make it public, if you have a look here, this. Press save, Control S, and you'll see it pop up. There we go. So whatever is in there will be activated and deactivated. Don't matter what it is, where it is. The idea of this is for you to have a game manager, and then that game manager would control all these little light switches, doors, keys, whatever, and then you make sure it's organized. That's important. And then you put all of these in there, and there is another way you can do it. For instance, if you go in here, I can make it private, private like so. And now if I save that, it wouldn't go on, but if I put serialized field and save it, it will go here again. It won't do it with private, but it will with serialized field. And then you press play and see if it goes. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's how you do it. It's quite simple. I'm going to quickly show you mine, my level that I'm working on. It's not finished, but it's got the same setup and everything. You'll see, and boom, we're here. Okay, so this is my level at the moment. I've got a few bits and bobs that I'm doing. I'm working on. I can take you a quick little glance through it. We got arrows to travel from room to room. I've got loads of things to add. I've got a person here. You pick up, and then she goes into an animation. You let go. She doesn't. Quite simple that. And then you got the sitting on the chair, which is going to be coming soon. And then you've also got, as she moves back, she changes a layer, which is quite cool. We've got fridges. We've got a washing machine. I mean, you could stick things in there if you wanted to. We're still working on it. You've got a room there, a room here, fish tank. That's pretty cool. Also, they change. Boom, boom, like so. Cupboard opens. Loads of these we haven't done yet. These destroy on click. You go outside. You got your light switch. There we go. which is what I was talking about earlier. You got a well. It does work on touchscreen, just not on here for some reason. It's one of the issues. There's a few levels, but that's just bits and bobs that we're working on. But yes, okay. So if you do need any support or any help or any questions, just hit a message, a DM, hit like, hit subscribe, do what you got to do. And also, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the majority of these levels, on the stuff that I've put in so far. So I've put quite a lot of stuff in, like the doors opening, things like that. You got the salt, which starts coming out on lift. You got the snap positions, they snap in place. You got the curtains that work. Excuse the noise. We've got a computer room. We've got loads going on. There's loads more to do. And you got here, you drop that, you get a key. There you go. But yeah, if you want some more advice, more info, just keep following. And this game should be out by Christmas, hopefully. That's my target anyway. Okay, guys, take care.